Before we dive into the main topic, please take a moment to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this deep dive, and leave a comment to support the channel. Your engagement truly helps.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're opening up a subject that, well, it touches your life every single moment of every day. We're talking about food and drink.
That's right. And for this deep dive, our mission is really clear and focused for you, the foundational English learner.
Okay.
We want to help you master the essential, the everyday vocabulary, and also the most important grammar rules you need to talk about what we eat and drink.
So the focus is on clarity.
Maximum clarity and practical everyday use. We've gathered material from a basic guide that really breaks down our daily routines. Things like what we eat for meals, what we grab when we're hungry quickly,
Healthy options, too.
healthy options, and of course, what we drink. This is the vocabulary you'll need when you go shopping or when you order food or even just when you're talking about your day.
It really is.
All right, so let's get into it. Let's start right in the kitchen with the most important essential foods, the ones that form the basis of so many meals around the world.
Exactly. These are the words you will hear and use daily. Think about staples, the foods that fill you up. We have foundational words like rice.
Rice.
Let's say that very slowly. Rice. And another one is pasta.
And some words are easy, right? Because they're the same or at least very similar in a lot of languages, like pasta.
That's true.
We also need the words for basic sources of protein. We need meat and fish.
And when you say meat, you're often talking about things like beef or pork or chicken. And fish, of course, is any animal that lives in the sea or a river.
So these words cover the main parts of many different dinners. You could say, for example, I want rice and fish for dinner.
A perfect, simple sentence. And when we prepare these simple foods, we add things to give them flavor. You must know these two words.
Is it
Salt and better.
pepper?
Pepper. I need salt for my potato, for example.
Right. And if you're having a hot drink later on, you might need sugar.
Exactly. These small words are so essential for describing what you like in any cafe or restaurant. You can tell the server, please, no sugar in my coffee.
Now, since we just talked about the building blocks of a meal, like salt and meat, this is the perfect time to address a really critical grammar point. It causes a lot of confusion for new English learners. It's about how we treat certain foods.
Yes, this is a very common mistake, and it centers on the difference between things we can count, like 1, 2, 3, and things we treat as just a general quantity.
Uncountable nouns.
We call them uncountable nouns, and we have to talk specifically about the word bread.
Okay, let's learn this rule slowly and clearly for everyone. If you are talking about the food bread in general, or you just want a piece of it, you treat it as uncountable.
That is absolutely correct. So if you are sitting at the dinner table and you want some bread to eat, you should never say, can I have a bread?
That's wrong.
That is grammatically incorrect in this context.
So what is the right way to ask then?
The correct and simple way to ask for bread is to use the word some. You say, can I have some bread?
Some bread.
You're asking for an undefined quantity, just a bit of it.
Or I will
No.
be very specific and I do want to count it. I need a different word, don't I?
Precisely. If you are at a deli, say, and you want 2 pieces of bread for a sandwich, you would ask for 2 slices of bread.
So you count the slices.
You count the slices, not the bread itself.
Nah.
So remember, some bread or slice of bread.
Okay.
This is a really critical foundational point that will help you speak English correctly right from the start.
And before we move on from this section, let's highlight one important lifestyle word we need to know, especially when we are talking about meat and fish.
Okay.
The word is vegetarian.
Right. A vegetarian is simply a person who chooses never to eat meat or fish. It's a key word to know if you're planning a meal for a friend or even just looking at a menu.
So if a restaurant asks, are you a vegetarian? So you now know exactly what that means and how to answer. That brings us smoothly to, say, the middle of the day, or maybe a late evening when you don't have much time to cook.
Correct.
When you are busy, you need the vocabulary for quick meals.
We often call these fast food meals. And the good news is many of these words are global. They're international, which makes them easier for you to learn.
We have three really big examples that are popular all over the world. Let's say these words slowly with us. Hamburgers
Hot dogs.
and pizzas.
These are great words to know when you're in a hurry and you need to order food fast in any big city. You can try using them in a simple sentence.
Like, I want a hamburger.
Or, do you like pizza? Very useful.
Now, here is where it gets really interesting. We can connect this simple food vocabulary to, geography and culture. Our source mentions a very famous quick meal, one that's particularly popular in three specific places. It's fish and chips.
Yes, this dish, fish and chips, is a traditional and, well, famous meal in Britain, but it's also extremely popular in Australia and New Zealand. It's deep-fried fish served with pieces of potato.
And what's fascinating here is a word difference you really need to know. It's the word chips.
Ah, yes. This is important.
If you are learning English in the US, those pieces of potato are usually called fries or French fries.
Right.
But in Britain, Australia, and New Zealand, they are called chips.
So if you order chips in the UK, you get those hot fried pieces of potato. But if you order chips in the US,
You get something very different. You'll get thin, crispy, cold potato slices from a bag.
exactly, knowing that small vocabulary difference can prevent a big mistake when you are ordering food. That is a key nugget of knowledge right there.
Speaking of food that is good for you, let's turn our attention to the healthy options. We are talking about fruit and vegetables.
Yes.
These are essential words for discussing health and, well, color in your meals.
Yes. The medical advice is always the same, isn't it? Fruit and vegetables are good for you. Let's practice saying some of the names very slowly. We'll focus on clear, deliberate pronunciation so you can repeat them.
Let's start with the vegetables. And remember, these are all countable. You can have 1, 2, or 3 of them. Listen carefully. Carrots.
Beans.
Potatoes.
Tomatoes.
You also have the small round peas and the ones you cook with a lot. Onions. Listen carefully to that one. Onions.
Yes, onions. We also have garlic, which has a very strong taste, and mushrooms.
Okay, now for the fruit. These are naturally sweet and usually eaten raw. We'll start with the apple.
We common yellow fruit, the banana.
And the citrus fruit, the orange.
We also have the pear.
Yeah.
And the small bright red fruit, strawberries.
And finally, the small round grapes that often grow in bunches.
Yeah.
Try to say them out loud right now with us. Apple, banana, orange.
Very good.
Now, this section gives us another absolutely critical grammar rule. It actually reinforces what we learned earlier about bread.
It does.
It's about the word fruit. And this is where it gets really interesting because the rule is a little tricky.
It is tricky, but once you understand it, you sound much more native, much more correct.
Yeah.
So while we just listed many different kinds of fruit, apple, bananas, grapes, the word fruit itself,
Yes.
when you use it generally, is singular and uncountable.
Wait a minute, hold on. If I have a bowl full of apples and bananas and oranges, isn't that many fruits?
That is a great question.
Oh, yeah.
And it shows exactly why English can be difficult. You are right. You have many items of fruit. But when you talk about the category of food generally, you must keep it singular.
So if I'm just talking about how much I enjoy healthy food, I must say, I love fruit.
Correct. According to the foundational rules, you should not say, I love fruits. That is the common mistake we really want you to avoid. Just remember this rule. Fruit is singular and uncountable when you use it generally.
But the key difference here is that vegetables, they are countable.
Yeah.
So you can eat 3 carrots and 4 tomatoes. You can count those items.
That's it. You count the vegetables, you count the carrots, but you generalize the fruit. You love fruit. If you want to count fruit, you have to say 2 pieces of fruit, or, like you said, 3 apples.
We have covered what we eat for every meal. Now let's look at what we drink, the hydration vocabulary.
Right.
These words are essential for making simple requests or just for stocking your kitchen.
We can start with simple hydration. Mineral water. This is the water that often comes in a bottle. Then we have the common hot drinks many people start their day with.
Tea and coffee.
Tea and coffee, and the basic dairy product often used in those drinks, or just drunk cold, milk. Let's pronounce that word very clearly. Me-ilk.
Milk.
If you prefer a cold, sweet drink, you need the word fruit juice. This could be apple juice or orange juice. You could also ask for soda, which is a sweet, fizzy drink.
And here's another tip. If you were talking about soda in Britain, it is often called a fizzy drink or pop.
That's a good one to know.
Knowing these simple drink words helps you place an order anywhere. If you are in a restaurant, you might say, "May I have a glass of mineral water, please?"
Or just, I would like coffee. Very simple, very clear.
And for adults, we have the words for common alcoholic drinks, beer and wine.
And when you order, you might need to know how to ask a quick question about temperature. Like, can I have that with ice, please? Or, do you serve that cold?
Right. Those simple phrases just make your interaction much smoother.
They do.
Okay, now, let's look at how you can take all this vocabulary and apply it immediately. How you can continue learning, beyond this deep dive. Our source gives us an excellent practical tip.
This is a fun exercise. It's easy to do, and it connects the words to the real world. The challenge is simple. Go to a supermarket near you.
So just walk into a store.
Just walk in. And while you're there, look very closely at the packaging, at the labels of foods and drinks. The challenge is to see how many different items have English names printed on them.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You might see words we didn't even mention today, like cookies or cereal or yogurt. Try to repeat those English names slowly as you look at the physical object.
So you're connecting the sound, the word, and the item.
Exactly. And that dramatically helps your memory.
This is a great, easy way to practice. You will immediately learn more food words than we covered in our list. And you could try to use those new names that you see on the labels in a simple sentence that evening.
Today, we have built a really solid foundation. We've reviewed the basic daily food types, like rice and meat.
We learned essential drink names.
And most importantly, we learned the key grammar rules about those difficult, uncountable nouns, specifically bread and the general use of the word fruit.
And knowing whether a word is countable or uncountable, that's a foundational step in speaking English correctly. So keep practicing that difference between a slice of bread and 3 carrots.
To finish, I want to leave you with a concluding thought, something that builds on that supermarket challenge. When you go to the supermarket, you will find many packaged foods that have English names. But think about all the simple, traditional foods you eat every day that don't have an English name.
Like a special soup from my country or a unique dessert.
Exactly. Or a specific type of local bread. The question for you is, how would you research and find the English words for those specific items? This encourages you to continue your curiosity and your learning beyond our basic list every single day.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like, and leave a comment to support the channel.